experience. Everyone, please help me welcome the boss, as I call her, Miss Angie Fairbanks herself. Angie, how are you?
Hey, thanks, Kevin. And you got to try the skydiving. Come on.
Not happening. It's not happening. Tasha's been trying to get me to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Oh,
I'm going to
well,
let y'all do it.
I think we're going in Hawaii, right? My
I'm,
understanding is,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
well,
sleeping in that day.
what you might not know is probably Tasha and some other people that's on the call is I do have a goal of 50 jumps before I'm 50.
Oh,
So with COVID, I'm just short of 50 jumps, but when we skydive in Hawaii on my 50th birthday will be my 47th. So I'm just 3 shy, but that's okay. It's
oh my
all,
gosh.
but you got to come with me, man. Jump on.
You know what? You're right. Time is life. You only live once, but I'm going to have to think about that. I'm
Yes.
going to have to think about it. I'm going to turn the floor over to you,
Okay.
Angie.
You see my screen, Kevin? Are we good?
Yes, you are good.
Fantastic. Well, that's me in a nutshell. Very short, literally, and direct. Thank you so much, Kevin, for the wonderful introduction. And I'm beyond excited to be here in front of all you today. Thank you, Yolanda, and Brandon for being so inspiring. Wow, what some amazing stories. I look forward to be able to promote my book in Q4 of this year, so be on the lookout for that. I have like Yolanda, I have a passion to help others live their best life. I love it when Yolanda said, live into your best life. So thank you for that, Yolanda. So I'm going to switch gears for you today. Today, I'm going more technical and resource driven. I'm going to go pretty fast as well. We will discuss my 3 tips to unleash the potential in you and others, from communication, behavior, to how to motivate, to action, to putting your tie on. Yes, wait for it, my book. I guarantee throughout our discussions today that you will walk away with a few little nuggets that you can implement into your role, your life, your day-to-day, and your business today. Well, for some of you tonight, tomorrow, wherever you are. So I will preface that I typically do this in 2 hours as I only have 20 minutes. I'm going to give you a very high-level overview. I will not go into a lot of detail, but at the end, you will most likely need more clarity on some items, but don't worry, it's okay. I promise you that you will have an opportunity to learn. You will have an opportunity to meet with a coach practitioner on how to implement these tips in your role, your life, your business, etc. So make sure that you have that page in your notebook, your notepad for questions. So when you get that opportunity to sit down with the coach practitioner, you're able to get more clarity. So I'm going to get started. I would like to get started by saying, well, actually, let's start some engagement here. I would like to ask a question. Get ready to chat with me for a minute. You can quickly put in the answer in the chat. How many times do you think a baby toddler laughs per day? Come on, put it in there. How many times do you think a baby toddler laughs? Okay. So, all right, so how many times a day do you think an adult laughs per day? Well, studies show that babies, toddlers laugh 300 to 500 times per day. An adult only laughs maybe 10 to 12 times per day. Why is that? So what happens when you laugh? Well, for one, your brain kicks into high gear, your brain becomes fresh and free, but mostly the endorphins increase, and guess what? That increases your mood, your behavior, your frame of mind. As an adult, oh my goodness, we are so busy on day-to-day activities and responsibilities that we become so freaking serious that our day just becomes a day of busyness. And for some, maybe just a little less than satisfying, or just satisfying, or maybe satisfying. Here's the thing. I want you to live your best life. I don't want you to be busy or satisfied. I want you at the end of the day that you can say, man, I was so productive today and achieved every single daily goal, and I'm delighted. There's a difference between satisfied and delighted. So think about what the difference is between satisfaction and delight. Delight is beyond satisfaction. It is satisfaction with emotion. It is taking your day to a whole different level. Here's another thing before we get started. I want you to think about, for those who travel in, man, I cannot wait to get back on a plane. I cannot wait to travel. The flight attendant always says what? Put your mask on before you help assist others. In order to live your best life, it starts with you. When you start to focus on you is when you start to make an impact. So on to tip number 1. My tip number 1 to unleash the potential is understanding communication and behavior. Using tools such as assessments will give you the understanding you need. So for those of you who have not taken assessment to truly understand how you communicate, what's your behavior, and have a truly understanding of that, it is very important. It's very valuable. Again, due to time, I'm not going to go deep into DISC. I'm going to give you a brief overview so we can focus more on how the 3 tips tie together. That's what I want you to think about, is how these 3 tips tie together and why they are beneficial for you to live your best life. At the end, I will show you how to go deeper in learnings in each of these areas and give you an opportunity to assess and learn more on how to apply and implement. So as an overview, what is DISC and why is it beneficial? So let's talk first what it is. DISC is a personal assessment tool used to improve work productivity, to improve teamwork, leadership, increase your sales, and communication. For me, for you, it's leadership and communication. I believe we're all leaders on this webinar seminar today. So I want you to really focus on leadership and communication. DISC measures your personality and behavior style, but what it does not measure is intelligence, aptitude, mental health, or values. So DISC is a very simple, very practical, easy to remember, and is universally applicable model. So there are 4 styles that make up DISC. You can see DISC, dominance, influence, steadiness, conscientious. While there are 4 primary styles, most people are a blend of styles. Each style is characterized by specific areas of focus and specific behavioral tendencies. So let's start with areas of focus. The D, dominant, like me. I'm a very high D. I have a dominance focus. I focus on how people address problems and challenges. Influence, focus on how people handle situations involving people and contacts. Steadiness focus is how people demonstrate pace and consistency, and conscientious focus is how people react to procedure and constraints. So if you haven't taken it, where do you think you are right now? Where's your focus that you believe you are? So when we take a step further, let's take a look at behavioral tendencies. Behavioral tendencies are measured through directness and openness. The dominance tends to be direct and guarded. The influence tends to be direct and open. Steadiness tends to be indirect and open. But on a side note, the S style is open to others, but the true emotion of the style is concealed. So it appears open, but not really at all. Conscientious tends to be indirect and guarded. So let me ask you, because I said that very, very fast, okay? Why is it important to know behavior, focus, and tendencies, and what is the benefits to you and others? So you may already know this, you may already know DISC, but what I want to know is to go deep into the why and what's the importance of it. So let's start with you first. The biggest benefit to you is self-awareness, and self-realization is the first step to effective communication. You cannot influence others with your ideas unless you are self-aware and have a good understanding of your personality type and why you react in the way that you do. All too often, and I see brilliant people, and you too, who have the potential to advance in an organization, is hindered by their own ignorance and their abilities because they're not self-aware. Knowing yourself is the key to improving yourself. It's as simple as that. You need to be aware of your weaknesses and strengths. And some of you may say, yep, I do. And yep, I do understand my strengths. I do understand my weaknesses. Do you? Because that's what I really want you to think. Do you truly understand? You have to be perceptive of where your buttons are. events, objects, ideas, and people who trigger various reactions from you. You may work under pressure. You may work better under pressure, let's say that, while others need to be more deliberate. Understanding your personality style is key to understanding who you are as a person and why you react. That's key. Why you react the way you do. Great leaders are believable because they are real. Great leaders have discipline. You guys see what I just did there? D-I-S-C, discipline. They know and accept their weaknesses, but they are also aware of what they can and want to do. In order to lead and lead others, you must lead yourself. Remember, the flight attendant says, put on your mask first before you help others. Leadership is just that. Walk the talk, lead the way. Let's talk about others, those around you, personally and in the workplace. One of the biggest advantages in DISC profile is that it gives specific insight into an individual's interpersonal communication abilities. What this in turn means is that using DISC, we can find out how two personalities will interact with each other. DISC provides a common language to help you and teams understand one another and work better together, and guess what? Increase performance. Using DISC can help identify any potential problem areas, and while also suggest various types of approaches that can help build better personal working, you guys ready for this? Relationships. This will provide better communication with others, team members, and your clients. Each team member and client relationship becomes more authentic and therefore more successful. So when I mean successful, I talk about happiness and delight. Others around you are happy and with a sense of delight, which leads to retention and increased customer loyalty. You are now building what I call an emotional connection with the people all around you. I loved it when Yolanda said the circle of influence, and Brandon says the same thing. Take that next step and build that emotional connection, because that's where that circle of influence really comes into play. DISC can also be used for hiring. I love the question that Kevin asked Brandon earlier on hiring and using a coach. And this is a great hiring and retention tool to get the people on the bus. But to go deeper, not just to get the right person on the bus, it's to get the right person in the right seat. All too often, I work with leaders and they are quick to fire because the person is not working out well. Well, when I dug deep with my clients, they were simply the right person for the company. They were getting ready to let go, their biggest raving fan, their biggest cheerleader of their company, because they weren't in the right seat. So I want you to think about that. DISC can help increase personal discovery, personal discipline. It can decrease personal discomfort because you're able to react and understand, and you'll have better engaged discussions. And I don't want to say just better discussions. I want better engaged in discussions. So I want you to think about those benefits, because my tip number 2 is motivators. People see the world differently. We all have our own biases, we all have our own desires, and we all have to express those views that and desires through our actions. Behavior is how we act. It is determined by our emotions, how we feel. Motivators are the why behind the emotion. Understanding our motivation reveals why we prefer to do what we do. I like to go skydiving. I don't know what that's motivating, but I like that adrenaline, but hey, it motivates me. People are able to quickly recognize situations that will make them more successful. As such, it's easier for them to find ways of achieving objectives that resonate and align with their motivations. As it says on the slide, those who understand their natural motivators better are far more likely to pursue the right opportunities I can't read, sorry, for the right reasons and get the results they desire. So why is it important to know what motivates us? Motivators reveal our viewpoint, our mindset, our paradigm of thought, our way of judging and valuing life. There are the reasons that drive us to want to act. Keep in mind, we may act differently than we want to for a variety of reasons, but motivators help people to better understand their belief system pertaining to what motivates them, what are they most drawn to, and where their passions lie. There are many, many benefits in learning what motivators influence us. The motivators filter and guide us decisions specifically toward results that will reflect them. They combine uniquely for each person to influence individual priorities and decision making. It is vital for optimal performance that our motivations are satisfied by what we do. They drive our passions, they reduce fatigue, and as Yolanda and Brandon says, it inspires us, because that's key. So let me add, what is the benefit to you? It's simple. The slide says, you guys can read the slide. Once you read the slide, I'll keep going. Once you know your true self, you will find things that get you out of bed in the morning. For me, that is your burning desire. I talk about happy and delight. Guess what? You deserve to be happy and delight. You deserve it. Yes, you do. Most people do not know what truly motivates them. Here's an example. One of my business friends always was talking about money, 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 money. All of her personal goals was about money, but guess what? She never got the money. And here's why. Naturally, money didn't motivate her. Isn't that interesting? She was about balance and harmony. Once she realized that, she was able to adjust her goals to embrace more work-life harmony. And guess what? Guess what came? The money came. She was happy and she loved going to work. And guess what? She was more productive, more effective, because she was passionate about what she was doing and what she was setting out to achieve. So let's take a look at the 7 dimensions of motivation. I'm going to let you guys see this while I speak. While it's important to explore each motivator and what they mean, it is critical to remember that they cannot be separated. They can only be distinguished. Again, you'll have an opportunity to meet with one of the coach practitioners to go deeper into this. So through an understanding of the motivators, we can begin to see how to maximize the performance by achieving stronger alignment between our motivators, guess what, our choices, and our actions. So for leaders, think of it this way. Motivators help you develop a personal plan to adapt their style and approach to a particular individual. Yep, I said it. You use motivators to help develop a personal plan for each of your team, even family members, whatever, particularly that's pertaining to the individual. In a more specific sense, this information can also be useful in motivating an individual to choose a particular course of action. So when you look at these 7 motivators, aesthetic, economic, individualistic, power, altruistic, regulatory, theoretical, you can see that they are different from a drive for balance, harmony, or form, a drive for return on investment, a drive to be in control or have influence, a drive for knowledge. Did you even know that these are motivators for people? And as a leader, when you lead and motivate others, reward them on what motivates them. Here's another personal story. I used to give when I was a leader back in Maryland, yeah, it was Maryland. I used to give money as a reward. Like every person, the team did this, or you did great, here's some money. But guess what? When I looked at the bottom line, that really did not increase production or effectiveness or even my bottom line. So to some, yeah, they want that money. Absolutely, yes. But most It was about giving an extra PTO day, a day off, a gift card to their favorite restaurant or store, a bottle of wine, a book. My favorite one was quite a few of my people just wanted me to book them a course or increase their knowledge or give them the gift of certification of some sort. So know what motivates them, and you will increase production and their effectiveness. And the same with you. Knowing what motivates you, you'll be able to have an effective, productive, best life as well. I know I went through that quick. Like I said, this is an overview. Make sure any questions you have, write them down. So when you meet with the coach practitioner, you're able to define more clarity as well as how to implement DISC and motivators in your business. So let's put these two together because I'm running out of a little time here. DISC measures observable behavior and emotion. Motivator shows the values that drive our behavior and emotion. Let's say that again. DISC measures observable behavior and emotion. Motivator shows the values that drive our behavior and emotion. When our DISC and motivators are in alignment, we have personal synergy. Understanding your communication and behavior style along with understanding your motivation style, you will have the tools to become the better you. You have the tools to lead others. In the workplace, in the book, Pulling Profits Out of a Hat, leadership is defined as creating passionate and focused people. Management is defined as creating confident and productive people. I hope you see now that understanding both behavior, communication, and motivation styles are important to build the best people for you. You also get to lead the best life by building others and getting results at the same time. Last but not least, my tip number 3. Now that you have an understanding of yourself, self-awareness, how to adapt to others, as well as what truly motivates you and how you motivate others, it is time for you to take action. It is time for you to get up and put your tie on. I'm going to narrow this down in 45 seconds for you. Be aware where you focus and spend your time. It starts with the moment you get up. The way you start your day sets the tone for your day. If it starts in chaos, your day will be chaotic. You start your day in calm and peace and energy. That is the way your day will be. T is also for thoughts. Make sure that your thoughts are positive. You may have to look at things a little differently and figure out what you need to stop doing to create positive thoughts. Like, when I wake up, I watch the news. Well, stop it. The news is depressing. Find a different time of day to watch the news. Remember, the time you wake up sets the tone for the day. So start with positive thoughts. Invest in yourself. Invest in your personal development. This is what Yolanda was talking about as well. You are here today. That is a good start. What's next? What is going to get you to the next level? What is going to get you to go a little deeper? Here's a little bonus. I is also for intentional. Exactly what Yolanda was saying as well. Be intentional in everything you do. This was my 2020 word for the year. 2020, I was speaking to Brandon a couple weeks ago, and I was telling him that 2020 was the year of Angie. I was intentional in my decisions. I was intentional in what I focused my time, my energy, and my efforts. I was intentional in not working weekends. That's right. I haven't worked a weekend all year. Intentional in not working past 4 o'clock. Yep, my door shut at 4 o'clock, except for today. Be intentional in your learning. Be intentional on impact and influence. How are you impacting and influencing someone each day? Each day. Be intentional in that. Lastly, energy and effort. We spoke about positive thoughts. Positive energy is also necessary. Know where your peak energy is throughout the day and where your energy is low. You may have to create that positive energy. You may need to take those mental breaks throughout the day. Yes, you can take a break in the morning, you can take a break in the afternoon, and guess what? You can also take a lunch every single day. You can and you will, just do it. Effort, man, you got to put in the work. You have to do it. You've got to do the physical activity. You got to maintain that positive mindset. You got to have continuous learning. You have to keep connecting with people like Clubhouse. When you put in the effort in developing yourself, the rewards are amazing. So let's go back to increasing your laughter and how we began throughout the day. On breaks, watch YouTube. I love it. I love watching bloopers. I love watching cat and dog videos. Create the laughter, because guess what? We're adults now. We are very serious. Create your own energy. Create your own laughter. What are your 500 laughs a day? Make sure that where you focus your time, invest, energy, effort, impact, influence, intentional, are the places where you, at the end of the day, you have had a very effective, productive, energy-fulfilled, happy, and delighted day. Again, being satisfied is not good enough anymore. It is about being happy and delighted. Whew, I know I went fast and I talk fast. I promise I have something for you as a follow-up, and I'm out of breath. The team will send you a link for you to take a basic personal individual DISC and motivators combination report exclusive for this audience, free, complimentary. You will get a report, a basic report, 7 to 10 page report on your DISC style, your motivation style. If you have already taken a DISC, that's okay, then you can do it again. This report will give you some basic insights on your communication and behavior style, as well as your motivation style. You will have the opportunity to upgrade to a full report if you want. That will go deep with graphs and give you deeper insights on your communication, behavior, and motivation styles. In addition to upgrading your report, you'll receive a 90-minute debrief with 2 coach practitioners, a DISC practitioner specialist, and a motivation practitioner specialist. They will sit down with you for 45 minutes each to do a deep dive debrief with you on your styles. This report and debrief is valued at $279, a New Year special and kickoff. You get the free report, but you can upgrade for only $59. After the webinar, the team will send you an email with the link so you can take the best basic report for free. So when you upgrade, a member of the Reset 365 team will connect with you to schedule your debrief, your strategy sessions, and use this report to kick off your 2021 plan to achieve the goals you desire while living your best life, happy life, and also to reset. I would love to connect with you, so please take a moment to connect and follow. Please write them down, and I will send the links to the team to follow up in the email. It's been great. Thank you for being here today to kick off 2021 and to become a better you. Again, when you focus on you is when you impact and influence others. Back to you, Kevin.
Very nice. And